There we go. Hello there, and welcome to the Heat Army Podcast Live. We are going to be here bringing you full match commentary of Gateshead versus Stevenage here in the FA Cup. And I can put the camera on the screen there. There you go. That is the site we have at the moment. We might sound a little bit different today. We are inside in the press box as BBC have turned up in their droves to see a potential giant killing here as Gateshead entertain League Two Stevenage, who are riding high in the league. We do have the teams to very, very shortly. If anyone could send us a message, let us know what the audio is like. That would be absolutely very, very thankful. And we'd love to hear from you and let us know where you're listening from in the world as well. So if you can do that via the live chat facility just underneath what you're watching, or on the comments on Facebook on the video stream as well. So please do that. Let us know. As well, let's say we'll just remove the camera for 1 second. As you can see on the screen, there's me as well. Hello. Put that on so you can see at the bottom there, like and subscribe. It really does help us. And say we want to be bringing you the best service possible, but we want to be reaching the most people possible. So if there's any Stevenage fans there that are tuning in, welcome, and hopefully you can share it to some of your brethren who haven't been able to make it up here today. As soon as be able to see on the main screen, audio is fine. There we go. There's the message there. I'll just remove me and people can see the pitch. We'll see a few players left out there from the warm-up. They've all made their way, starting to make their way down the tunnel now. And, we'll see who comes out for the game. I can't actually tell you that. But before we do that, there is an interview from KCFC TV with Mike Williamson in the build-up to this game. So we're going to play this now, and when we come back, we'll give you the teams.
Mike, of course, a bit of a change this weekend, coming up with the FA Cup back at home. But, I mean, just first off, how are the boys recovering off the back of a Tuesday game in obviously what's been a busy schedule? It seems like it's been Tuesday games pretty much every week at the minute.
We're looking forward to it. It's going to be, we know how tough it's going to be. Obviously they're doing really well, a Steve Evans side and what it's about. So we've looked at them today. We've prepared the best we possibly can. The boys can't wait.
And for you, do you change your approach much when it's an FA Cup game compared to a league game? Do things really change from a coaching point of view for yourself?
No. We look at as much detail as we can on the opponents and how we want to set up. Obviously, we want to stick to our principles, the way we want to play, how we're going to hurt them the most, and what we've got to deal with. And we, like I say, physically, we know we're going to have to stand up to a lot of balls in the box. They've got good players. They're full of confidence, but we've got to focus on what we do and how we're going to disrupt their back line with our energy and our intensity.
And in terms of obviously cup competition, obviously a distraction from the league, some people view it as, but do you see it as an opportunity to try and get a bit of momentum built towards the league, or do you kind of separate the two competitions, I suppose, in your mind in terms of carrying things across?
Yeah, no, every game it's an opportunity to build momentum. Like I say, we're in a difficult period. We've got to find a way out of it, which we will, and we only do that by working hard. And it starts tomorrow because we know how hard it's going to be. But like I say, if we focus on them and we achieve the levels we know we can, then it'll be a really good platform for us to take into the league. And
obviously you mentioned there about it being a bit of a physical encounter. I mean, you've had a few of those already this season, come out on a positive side in quite a few of them as well. I mean, does that give you a bit of something, I suppose, to go back to as a bit of a foundation, that it's not, a complete change where you've been struggling to deal with that kind of thing? It's something that you've faced already this season and dealt with pretty well.
Yeah, like I say, the National League is, there are big physical teams in there, but it's not dissimilar to what we're going to have to face tomorrow. There's a lot of league clubs in the National League. It's a very competitive league, but we know tomorrow, like I say, we've got to stand up to it. Every time we've faced higher opposition, the lads rise to the occasion, so we've got to do the same again tomorrow.
And obviously you mentioned before the previous round about it being an opportunity for lads to test themselves against obviously teams, players from higher leagues, and in terms of that giving them a bit of a motivation to try and get through the rounds and keep playing against better opposition. Is that a sort of similar theme that's been spoken about this week at all?
Not really, no. Like I say, we've had a difficult couple of games, and going into this, naturally the lads want to test themselves. They want to play against the best players they can. Obviously, FA Cup is a fantastic competition, something that we really want to progress in. It's going to help us financially, and obviously help the momentum, like you've already touched on. But no, like I say, the lads have it's inbuilt in them, in the DNA, that they want to progress and want to win every single game they can, and no different to tomorrow.
And in terms of the squad and how everyone's looking, obviously, like we touched on, a busy period, a lot of demanding games recently, but what's sort of availability looking like for tomorrow?
Yeah, Nighty and Java have picked up little niggles, so there's 2 setbacks there. Mags won't be available, so I think that'll only be short term. So yeah, we're down to the bare bones. That's the honest truth of it. But say the lads that are playing, they're going to give everything they've got, and we keep working.
And you touch on Java and Nighty there. Obviously, they've had sort of spells out with longer term injuries earlier on this season. Is that just sort of minor things they've picked up, or is it a little bit more than that?
No, I hope so. Yeah, I hope it's minor. Like I say, I think it's when lads have been out for a prolonged period of time, you're going to pick up little things. But yeah, hopefully they're back with Chris, and it won't be too long.
Well, that was Mike Williamson speaking to Jack McGragan on Gateshead FC TV. As you can see, we are here in a different position to what we normally are before. I've seen a little bit of gossip in the chat there. Someone said that we sound okay, but it sounds like we're in a room. We are, as I say, the BBC have turned up in their droves. If you have just turned up here, final score, you've got BBC Radio Newcastle and, of course, BBC 3 here. So we appreciate that you've took the time to join us. And someone's asked about captions for commentary. We aren't in charge of that. That's what Facebook does, or YouTube, whatever you're watching on. So hopefully the captions do come on soon for you, but hopefully you can hear us loud and clear if that isn't the case. Right, we'll have a little look through. We have the teams here in front of us, and we can put up our visitors. Here they are on the screen. It's Chapman in goal, Aaron Chapman. Then it's Luther Wilden, the captain Carl Perriogini, Dan Sweeney, Dean Campbell, Jordan Roberts, Terence Van Kooten, Alex Gilby, Jamie Reid, Saxon Early, and Danny Rose make up the starting lineup. On the bench, they've got Ashby Harmond, Clark, Reeves, Taylor, Norris, Reid, Boswick, and David Amu. And this is how your Gateshead side line up this afternoon. It's James Montgomery in goal. Then we've got a back four of Mills, Richardson, Pye, and Daly. Conter in midfield with Bailey, Ollie, and Ward, and then up front, Adam Campbell and Will Harris. And on the bench for Gateshead, Dan Langley, Aaron Martin, Lyra Kasani, Aaron Willoughby, Adi Youssef, and Rob Elliott. So there we go. That's how they are. We'll put them back up before we come out. So we do run on messages here. We'd love to hear from you as well. So please do get involved and let us know where you're listening from in the world. There is going to be a minute's silence because this is Gateshead's closest home game to Remembrance Sunday. We do have representatives from the armed forces who are about to go out onto the pitch very shortly with their flags, and we will have a minute's silence before the game as a wreath is laid on the centre circle. So it's great to see Gateshead keeping up that tradition and observing that on a match day near this time of year. We should always remember those who gave their lives for ours so we can live our lives. And, well, just having a look across the wall side, you might be able to see it on the camera. There's about 100, maybe a little bit more Stevenage fans that have made the trip up here to Tyneside today for this FA Cup first round game. And I am by myself today because we didn't know if the broadcast was going to work from in here, because obviously we do it through Wi-Fi. And we wanted to know if it was going to reach into here, and it does. So, you never know, we might get Mark Rivers join us later if he is able to attend. I know he was covering another game on Tyneside this morning, another game in the FA Cup, should I say South Tyneside, as South Shields went down 2-0 to Forest Green Rovers of League One. Forest Green, not Forest Green Rovers, Forest Green. So there we go, and they're out. Their FA Cup dream is gone, but hopefully we'll be able to see Gateshead experience some of the magic of the cup this afternoon. Who knows? Let's not get too carried away. This is a very tough game. Afternoon, how are you doing? We're doing all right. But if you would like to message like Joseph has done there, please do. Let us know where you're listening from. Predictions as well. We'd love to hear from you. And as I say, you can see on the screen, we won't be leaving up the camera for the match, of course, for TV rights. Of course, we can't stream the game. The camera will be going off, but it'll go back on at half-time and post-match as well. And as I say, the crowd sounding good. Fettel, I don't know if it's been picked up on the mic. Of course, we're in a glass box at the moment at the back of the stand. And well, say, hopefully we can give you some atmosphere of the game here at Gateshead International Stadium here this afternoon. So we're 4 minutes away from kickoff. We are waiting the teams to come out, and we'll also await the representatives of the armed services as well to enter onto the pitch for that minute's silence. And as ever, we always ask, can you like and subscribe? You can hit the like button on the broadcast on YouTube more than Facebook. I know a lot of people do watch on Facebook, but if you're on YouTube, please subscribe, hit the like button, and help us reach more people. It really does help. We want to reach more people doing it all the time. And say, look at you, all posh in the press box. I'm going to put a photo up on social media and show you what it's like in here. It isn't posh. It isn't posh at all. It's absolutely disgusting. If you want to be frankly honest, looking down, there's been some work done in here. There's wood shavings all over the floor. The benches are absolutely manky, and the windows, I can just see through them. So there you go. That's the illusion spoiled. But the teams, as you can see on there, are coming out onto the pitch. I'll quickly go through the lineups. This is how Stevenage lineup: Chapman in goal, James Wilden, Perry-Greeny the captain, Sweeney, Campbell, Roberts, Van Kooten, Gilby, Reid, Early and Rose. And for Gateshead, this is how the Heat line up this afternoon: James Montgomery, Mills, Richardson, Pye, Daly, Conter, Bailey, Ollie, Ward, Campbell and Harris. And the bench has two goalkeepers in Rob Elliott and Dan Langley on the goal, Aaron Martin, Lyra Kasani, Aaron Willoughby and Adi Youssef. So there you go. And as you can see on, I'll take that off. So we'll be removing the camera once the game kicks off. But the minute silence will be observed very, very shortly. Keep those messages coming in. So we've got the coin toss about to happen between the two captains, between Carl Perry-Greeny and Greg Ollie. Oh, we've got a message here. Thank you very much from Mike. Good afternoon. Tuned in from Stevenage. As couldn't make it the day. 2-0 win for the Borough. Well, we'll see. Thank you for first of all, thank you for joining us. The minute silence is about to happen here, so we are going to go silent. We'll leave the camera on. beautifully observed. A minute's silence there for fallen soldiers that have fought for our freedom, representatives of the armed forces on the pitch there, and they'll be leaving the pitch very, very shortly. As you can see on the camera there, we'll be taking that off very, very shortly. We can't stream the game. Stevenage, all in purple, very reminiscent of Dream Team from many years ago. Gated in their grey tops, black shorts, white socks. They'll be shooting from right to left here by the looks of it. And goalkeeper's come up here to hold the ball. I thought he was going to be switching sides there, but Gated shooting towards River Tyne here. Stevenage shooting towards the Felon End. I'll quickly go through the teams again and put them up if you're just joining us. Remember, you can message us as well. We're fantastic to have you here with us. That is the Gateshead lineup there. Montgomery in goal, Mills, Richardson, Pye, Daly in midfield, Conter, Bailey, Ollie and Ward, Campbell and Harris up front. And for the visitors, there you go. That is the visiting team. Chapman, James Wilden, Perry Greeny, Sweeney, Campbell, Roberts, Van Cooten, Gilby, Reid, Elgin, Early and Rose. And then we will better remove that from the stream. There we go. And we are about to get underway here. Keep their messages coming in. I know there's a couple that I haven't got to yet. I will endeavour to read them out when there's a break in play. Also, Stevenage fans, give me a chance to get names to numbers here as we get underway. But Stevenage kick off and kick the ball out towards the right-hand side where Rose keeps the ball in, goes into the centre, played forward, but Gator pick it up in midfield, lose it as Rose puts it out to the right-hand side as Roberts slowly plays it back to Sweeney. Sweeney having to turn and play it all the way back to his keeper. Harris tries to chase down as the keeper pumps it up there, well controlled by Reid as he lays it out to the left-hand side. In the centre, Rose has got his arm up. He wants the delivery, comes in. It hits off the back of Mills, though, and Conter can give it to Ward on the edge of the box, and Campbell clears the ball in turn, and that'll roll all the way through to Chapman, who comes out his goal. And now Stevenage try and build from the back. Ball comes across to Sweeney. Has to cut inside of it, plays it across to his left back. Now with Gilby back to the left back. Can't see his number at the moment there. It's played forward as Perry Greeny, the captain, bumps it up, headed forward. Now in possession down the left-hand side as Early nearly gets the ball back. It's an intercept it and play a blind ball across there, and it's been picked up by Sweeney. Sweeney carries the ball forward down the right-hand side here. Just plays it inside. And now can be pumped forward by Campbell. Campbell didn't he put it across the pitch to the captain, Perry Greeny. And he's going to try and ping it across here to Rose, who's offside, and a free kick to Gateshead. And, well, Montgomery made a fantastic save there, but more for the cameras than anything else. As any updates on injured players, Jarvis, Tinkler, Magny, Story, Gallagher, or anything lately back next week? I haven't a clue. Just those injuries still keep mounting up for Gateshead. And who are the main players to look out for on your side? Well, Campbell and Ollie, you would say, are a big threat for Gateshead. We're yet to see the best of Harris yet up front as the ball is pumped up towards Harris. But Perry Greeny gets the ball, but it goes all the way through to Conter. Conter to Daly. Plays it back to Montgomery in the Gateshead goal, who clears the ball in, turn up the pitch towards Dan Ward, but Sweeney wins the header. But Gateshead winning back midfield, ball put over the top, and Dan Ward is chasing this down. He's chasing Van Cooten. Van Cooten plays it out, and it is a throw to Gateshead here on the left-hand side, about level with the corner of the box. There's the ball, boys, I think from Redgiff Boys. Of course, produced some famous players over the years. Well, Daly stands with the ball aloft. Gets it to Dan Ward. Dan Ward just lays it back to Daly. Daly back to Conter. Gateshead moving backwards with the ball rather than forwards, and Pye has to play it all the way back to Montgomery. But Gateshead still in possession. Conter drops deep to receive it, plays it back to Montgomery. High pressure from Stevenage at the moment. But Montgomery still has the ball, just rolls it out his box. Plays it across to Ollie, the captain, who drops deep. Gives it to Kenton Richardson, who plays the ball over the top, looking for the run of Harris. Harris just beaten in the air. The ball falls behind him, but Campbell picks it up on the right-hand touchline, driving forward with the ball. Now he takes it down towards the dead ball line, crosses the ball in, wins a corner, and Greg Ollie's going to go over and get that one. Well, Campbell did well there. He didn't have much to aim at in the box. Harris was the target man, but he was closer to him than he was them being in the box. Well, someone's asking the streams about for the game. No, there isn't any streams. This game is not live apart from on audio as Greg Ollie puts this corner in. There's a back-headed across and there was appeals for a penalty there as the Gateshead player was pulled down in the 6-yard box. The ball's being cleared and it's a Gateshead throw in front of the Stevenage dugout. Well, ball played back to Pye. In turn, plays it to Montgomery and negates a goal. He's all in pink today. As he rolls the ball out to Conter. Conter plays it across to Kenton Richardson. Now it's played back to Montgomery. Of course, normally we'll have a summariser with us. I think it's just me by myself. We didn't know if the stream was actually going to work from where we are today. We're normally in the normal commentary position, but obviously BBC here is in droves, as we've mentioned earlier on. Gets a throw on the far side as Mills was dispossessed, but the ball went straight out, and the rain looks like it's starting to come down here as well. So there's a slick surface out there. Ball played over the top, looking for the run of Campbell, but it's going to be seen out by the captain. And it's a goal kick to Stevenage. We are 6 minutes in, 0-0 if you just joined us. And that reminds me, I need to put up the scores on the screen. Apologies about that. I should really be with it. There we go. Just so if anyone joins us, they can be up to date. Remember, you can still send in your messages. Let us know where you're listening from in the world. As Chapman with the powerful goal kick. All the way up there, Bailey wins the header. Harris brings it down. Still got the ball in the centre circle. Tries to play it through for Ward, and Ward didn't get through to him. I think the flag might have went up, but it had got to him though. And Conter nods it up towards Bailey. Bailey gets it to Harris. Harris controls it, gives it to Bailey. Bailey plays it through now for Dan Ward. Running over there. Sweeney quickly closed him down. Dan Ward left hand side of the box. And shot off all past the post. Did very well. And it wasn't Sweeney, by the way. It was Van Kooten that closed him down and made him shoot from the angle. But that's good stuff there from Will Harris in midfield to play the ball forward. Dan Ward looking dangerous already. Apparently Campbell is on loan from Aberdeen, Gilby from Charlton. I think Gilby played against us last year in the FA Cup in the second round. I might be mistaken there. As Stevenage put the ball over the top, Kenton Richardson nods it back though to James Montgomery and negates a goal. Calm and composed. Had to be though because he had a Stevenage player breathing down his neck as the ball's been nodded for by Wilden. Midfield had to be played all the way back to Chapman. Chapman now pumps it up, but only as far as Campbell. Campbell brings it down in midfield. Looks to keep the ball moving. Plays it to Ward. Ward lets it go, run through to Daly. Ward on the underlap, but he's out on the left-hand side of the box now. Twisting and turning, kind of get past Sweeney. Puts a cross in, but there's a Stevenage man there to poke it out for a throw on our left-hand side. That's good build-up play from Gateshead. It's looking promising for Gateshead to try and open up this Stevenage defence. His throw-in wasn't the greatest, and now Stevenage can try and break, but Conter gets there in front of the Stevenage player, and Mills is judged to have brought down Saxon early there. So Mills playing a makeshift right back position today, normally a centre-back. Apparently Early's on loan from Norwich as well. Thank you very much, Mike. It's been an absolute joy to have coming on there. Wow. Free kick. I thought the keeper was going to take it there, but everyone inside the gated half bar, Dean Campbell and Chapman. It's a high defensive line here for this free kick. It's about 30 yards out. The line, the free kick is on the actual halfway line, but the ball comes up. It's going to be deep. Sweeney tries to get through, bounces through to Rose. Rose puts it in first time, header off, and it's going to be going past the post there. It skimmed off the side. The head of Reed, I think it was, in the centre there, and it's a goal kick to Gateshead. yeah, it does feel a little bit sterile, I must admit, doing the commentary in here. It doesn't feel the same when you haven't got the oohs and ahs of the crowd around you. But big thank you to everyone that has joined us. As I say, we don't mind taking a side step from the main commentary position when the big boys are in town. Of course, they pay for the privilege, and the club can try and make a bit of money out of that. We're not going to argue with any of them factors in a big game like this. As the ball comes forward to Campbell, lovely flick to... Oh, nice through ball now. Sweeney does well to just get in front of Ward, but at the passing one-touch football in midfield from Gateshead there, it was that quick I couldn't keep up with it, but the ball's being played for throw on the far side, halfway inside the Stevenage half. And at the moment, Gateshead, if you're a Gateshead fan, they've started well. But we've seen that Stevenage can get the ball in the box and look dangerous. They've got a lot of height there as Ollie turns his man but runs into a purple shirt, and there's a tackle there from Kenton Richardson. Gateshead pick up the ball in the centre circle. Daly on the left-hand side. He's quickly closed down. Nice footwork. Gets past Wilden. Keeps going with the ball. Wilden behind him. Gets back into position. Lays it off to Bailey. Bailey cuts inside with the ball. Has to give it to Conter. Plays across to the right-hand side where Jevon Mills can take a touch and plays it into the box. But there was... Oh, it's fell to Ollie, the clearance on the edge of the box. Now it's shot from Dan Ward. Oh, and it goes past the post, and it's a corner. There must have been a touch on it. And Gateshead looking very dangerous here in the opening stages. Into the 11th minute, 0-0 here. But Gateshead having the better of the ball. And if you can hear running water here in the background, we are up in the gods, and there must be a broken pipe near us somewhere. In fact, no, I can see the pipe. It's running right from the roof past us. Adding to the ambience as Ollie plays the ball short to Campbell on the corner of the box, puts back Ollie. Oh, he nearly got past his man. Good defending, no. And now Stevenage on the break down the right-hand side as had to cut in on himself there was number 11. He plays it across and Gateshead gather it back in midfield. Ollie goes overhead clearance there, and it's going to go all the way through to Chapman. And it was Roberts that was down the line there that had the initial break. Well, Stevenage just passing it about in midfield now. Gilby. Reid tried to... I think it was Roberts tried to make a run there. He was offside and had to adjust it. Still at the back with Stevenage. So was Sweeney. Drives into the middle. He's into the centre circle. Still going with the ball. Plays it out to the left-hand side. And now back into the centre. There's this run of Wilden here on the right-hand side. Brings it down. He's got two men in front of him. Tries to play it in. Reid did skip past his man. Couldn't control it. And Gateshead can clear the ball now. Campbell just skew whiff off his boot there. Second time there was a foul on Bailey as he went in to try and win the header there. And it's a free kick to Gateshead. Roberts and Rose have been our star men this season. Well, they look dangerous so far. Seem to ghost into space as they have so far. And Mick Scully's put, we need to make the early pressure count. We certainly do. Well, how many thoughts? But who are the big boys in your usual spot? Well, it's BBC Radio Newcastle and final score. We can't argue with them. Where small fry as Sweeney now plays it across to Van Kooten. Kooten is driving forward with the ball. Lays it off, and now Gateshead win the ball back now. Oh, and a poor ball from Bailey to Harris, and Harris had to try and win the ball back. It's been kept in by Rose. Reid gets it to Roberts. Roberts plays it across. They've moved it quickly here, and now on the edge of the box, Stevenage can get a shot off, and they have. And great save by Montgomery down to his left-hand side, and the ball's out for a throw in here on this near side. And that was a great save from Montgomery. I'm trying to think who it was that got the shot off there. But I think it might have been Saxon early there. But Luther Wilden is going to take this throw. He gets the ball back down towards the corner flag, whips it in, comes across. It's been cleared out by Gates. Back to Wilden. No, Wilden gives it to Roberts. Roberts got it down to Wilden, back in there. Gates had nod the ball clear. This is a good bit of sustained pressure from Stevenage now down the right-hand side. And you might be able to hear that running water, But we're going to see another long throw here from Wilden, the number 2, as he doesn't. He goes short this time. Campbell gets it back. Can he whip one in this time? He can. It's a dangerous one. And Gateshead managed to head it clear. Only as far as the edge of the box. It falls to Roberts. Roberts gets a first time shot off, but there's Mills to control it and clear it away. But only as far as a purple shirt, as it was early that managed to control it. Now Campbell has the ball in the halfway line. Played across to Wilden here. Right on the right-hand touchline. Plays the ball forward. Offside flag is down. He's onside, Reed. But he's run into a Gateshead player and out it goes for a throw right in front of us down here, about 10 yards from the corner flag. And but yes, we can hear the water, just in case anyone thinks I've had an emergency here and had to do it where I sit, but it's not that. Well, Wilden, he's had a couple of practice throws here. He's going to have another one. And it comes into the box, nodded back across. Rose nodded it back, but it's been cleared by Gateshead. Harris tries to hold it up, but he's dispossessed by Early, and well, he's fouled as well. And Ollie isn't happy about that, but it's a free kick about 35 yards out, right hand side. I think it's too far for a shot, but the big men will come up for Stevenage here. And well, they're trying to take the Stevenage are doing themselves an injustice here. They're taking it from about 20 yards away from where it actually happened. So Campbell is going to swing this in left-footed. In go the players on the edge of the box. Headed clear. But only as far as a purple shirt who lofted up, and Reed comes to challenge Montgomery. Montgomery fists it away. Campbell was shot off. All great defending by Kent Richardson. Got his body in the way. Cleared, but only as far as the Stevenage shirt. The Sweeney has to do a little bit of fancy footwork and goes down. And that was a soft free kick there. And it's another free kick. Probably 40 yards out here. Very central. We'll see what Stevenage can work from here. I'd say about 200 Stevenage fans might have made the trip up here on the far side. Great following. Well, in comes the free kick now. It's lofted towards the back post, headed back across by the captain Pellegrini. It's been hooked clear by Gateshead. Campbell's going to chase this down on the far side. Clears the ball down the lane. Harris is going to have to chase to get there. And Wilden does well just to get in front of him and see it out, and it's a throw into Stevenage inside their own half. And thank you, Mike, he said he tuned into the podcast the other day. We had a Stevenage fan, Matt, on. Both very good channels. Well, thank you very much. It's nice to have away fans interact with us. That's what it's all about. Building bridges as Conte gets the ball from the throw. Ward gets it to Harris. Harris just couldn't control it, and now Stevenage can try and bring it away through Wilden, who's going to play it down the line. No, the ball's going to be played through now for Roberts. Roberts on the right-hand side of the box. He's got Daly in front of him. He cuts in, goes for a shot, left foot. Great save down to his right-hand side from Montgomery, and Gateshead now can clear the ball, but they're making hard work of it. Plays it over to Daly, and he's going to back to Montgomery. Montgomery from the dead ball line clears the ball up the pitch towards the Gateshead bench. It's going to be kept in by Wilden. Harris does well to win possession back, though, and Daly just skips past Wilden. Still going. Daly gives it to Harris. Harris couldn't get it past his man, but wins a throw in just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Well, if you're just joining us, 18 minutes gone, 0-0 here. FA Cup first round, Gateshead versus Stevenage. Stevenage riding high in League Two. Gateshead struggling at the bottom of the National League at the moment. Injury ravaged, as the bench would surmise today. We've got 2 goalkeepers on the bench to fill it out, but Gateshead at the moment, they're holding their own, but Stevenage have enjoyed the last 5 minutes of possession here, as ball back headed there, but it's been headed clear by Pye, but back in. Richardson's there to clear it. Bailey overhead kick clears the ball. Now Dan Ward has it on the left hand side, quickly closed down by Sweeney. Good pressure and good build from Stevenage there, as now Sweeney gets the ball back, played inside, and Campbell goes down after a tackle from Greg Ollie. Well, So Mike, he runs the Stevenage Interviews channel. He's already retweeted and following us. Thank you very much. Hope you subscribed. But a free kick here right on the halfway line as Campbell stands over it, left-footed. Players about 25 yards out now. They all run towards the edge of the box as the ball comes in. Ball headed up in the air. Sweeney wins the header. It's still up in the air in the box. Headed clear now, but only as far as the Stevenage player, and his shot comes through, hits Montgomery in the chest and bounces onto the ground. He hasn't picked it up yet. He's just standing with the ball at his feet. He picks it up now. And so he rolls the ball down. How are Gates going to play this one out? Are they going to go short or are they going to go long? As Montgomery gives it to Conter, gives it back to Montgomery, who gives it to Pye. Pye plays it inside to Daly. Daly's under pressure, gets it to Ward. Ward plays it down the line. Sorry, it was Bailey plays it down the line. Ward tried to keep it in, but it goes out for a Gateshead throw. Well, I can just hear the Gateshead fans through the glass along the stand. They're in fine voice. They're enjoying what they're seeing so far. Hard to hear anything from the other end from where we are, but I surmise that the Stevenage fans have been given their team support as well, as Daly has the ball aloft looking for someone to make a run. Conter does, controls it, but quickly closed down by Roberts. I've been very impressed with him so far, but Ward does the same, wins the ball back. Ollie just runs into a purple shirt and it's been cleared by Stevenage, and Jevon Mills will chase this down. The youngster on loan from Hull City plays it back to Montgomery. Montgomery up towards Campbell. Campbell nods it inside to Conter, but just beaten to it by Campbell. But Early couldn't control it, and Gateshead get back possession here. And Kenton Richardson drives forward with the ball, plays it through the centre to lovely little flick from Harris. Tried to play it through for Campbell, but the captain Peregrini there read it well and mopped up. But Daniel Rose nods it forward, gets it back from Reed, plays it over the top for the run of Roberts. Roberts, can he get a shot off? He can, and it's in the back of the net. He hit it with his left foot, and it's hit off the bar and went in. And Stevenage, they take the lead here on 21 minutes at Gateshead International Stadium. And he just had too much space on the far side. It was a good finish. I thought he might have mishit it initially, but he did enough to get past James Montgomery in the Gateshead goal. Well, what have Gateshead got in reply here as Stevenage have took the lead? Just wait for the Stevenage players to get back across the halfway line, and Gateshead can get themselves back underway as Conter receives the ball, plays a crossfield ball where nobody is there at all. Wilden can just bring it down and play it forward as Conter beats Reed in the air. And the ball's going to go across to Early on the far side. Plays it back to the captain. Campbell. And now Stevenage just using the ball, passing it around, apart from that pass there, which went straight out of play for a throw to Gateshead just inside their own half on the far side. Quickly taken as Richardson still has the ball at his feet. He's looking for options, plays it forward as Ollie turns and flicks it out to Campbell, back into Ollie. Ollie gets it, trying to drive down the right-hand side. Ollie's still with the ball. He tries to play it through to Harris, but there was Van Kooten to mop up and play the ball forward, but it goes out of play for a Gateshead throw. Well, Conter receives the ball, just going to get there, and he goes down in installments. Free kick to Gateshead, about 45 yards out, closer to the centre circle than the box, but is this an opportunity to get the ball up there? Well, Stevenage use this as an opportunity to get men up, and Gateshead are doing exactly the same now. As Daly and Pye stay back around the centre circle, as Ollie stands over this. Can we get a Greg Ollie delivery in to the box to create something? As Ollie now lofts it in. It's, well, had a dip on it, but dips out, and it's a goal kick. Once again, thank you to everyone that has joined us. We've got good listener figures here today, considering there is another 2 commentary services here. We appreciate every one of you for joining us. It's a pleasure and an honour to bring you the games as Chapman takes a goal kick. Headed forward by Kenton Richardson. Captain Peregrine, who's there, and now Early has to lay it back. And the ball's going to come through here towards the far side as Wilden can bring it down right-hand side of the box. He's got Daly for company, lays it back. Rose puts it in, and, well, Conta was there to head it clear, but it's been picked up on the edge of the box, and free kick given there, and I don't know how that was given. Bailey cleared the ball, but after he kicked it, in came Rose, and just to have fouled him there. Sorry, it wasn't Rose, it was number 17. It was Alex Gilby. And this is a free kick right on the edge of the box, next to the corner of the D. And, well, this isn't what Gateshead needed. 25 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Stevenage 1, and they have an opportunity to get the ball in the box here as Campbell places the ball down with purpose. The referee marches the wall back. They're going to be right level with the penalty spot here. So Campbell stands over the ball. He's got Gilby to lay it off to if he wants. But Campbell looks fixated on the goal here. As Campbell now hits the wall, comes back to Campbell. Campbell gets past Ward, plays it out to Wilden on the right-hand side. In comes the cross. It's deep. It's been headed clear, though. And Gateshead players shouting at each other to get higher up the pitch and clear their lines better here. Well, throw in on the far side. And well, thank you very much. Very nice comment there. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. As Early dries the ball on his shirt on the far side. Players in and around the penalty spot in the 6-yard box as the ball comes in towards Rose. Rose wins the header, backs it headed across, falls to Sweeney, and, well, Daly was there to hook it clear, and it's a corner, and he had to get in front of Sweeney because Sweeney had an empty net to aim at. But Campbell goes over to take the corner. Someone's put going down installments, reminds of the sick video. Yeah. Well, oh, and there's going to have been some argy-bargy, I think, in the box. They were pushing and shoving. The referee goes over to Kenton Richardson and Reed just to tell them to calm it down. And now we wait for the corner to come in from Campbell. There's a line of players. Now they spread and run as the ball comes in. It's a dangerous one. Peregrine wins the header. It goes back out towards Campbell. Campbell has to chase it out. Now Gilby puts it back to Campbell on the right-hand side. Back to Gilby. Gilby's going to play it inside to Roberts. Roberts being closed down. He puts a first-time ball in there, and Reed couldn't get near it, and Montgomery just trots across to get to it, but that was a dangerous ball. Very dangerous. Yeah, you can see the way Rose and Reed link up very well, and then you've got Roberts just behind there as well, just ready to pounce on things, and very good. You can see why they're doing so well in League Two. As the ball comes across to Pye, to Daly. Daly has to play it back across to Montgomery, who has to race to the edge of his box to win it, brings it up towards Ward, but over his head and out of play for a throw next to the Stevenage dugout. And, well, Gates have got a count of themselves so far. I mean, we know we've been injury-ravaged this season, and, you know, this is a very, very good opposition we're playing, and we're giving a good account. We're creating chances, but at the moment, it's been Stevenage for the last 10 minutes. Can Gateshead carve something out in the last 15 here at Gateshead Stadium? As the ball launched up, back-headed by Rose, brought down by the captain, Ollie. Ollie plays it over the top, looking for the run of Harris. Way too much on it, and all the way through to the luminous yellow of Chapman, who just picks the ball up. And, well, just drops the ball there under pressure from Harris. But the kick goes all the way up. Bailey wins the header, but it's going to be brought down in midfield as Gilby got to it in front of Gateshead player, but it's been stabbed out by Daly. Wilden nearly got to it. And we're going to see Sweeney take the throw here. Well, now the ball falls to Campbell. It wasn't the greatest throw. Campbell got forward towards Harris, but they pick it up in midfield again. Stevenage put out to the right-hand side here. Wilden, right-hand side of the box, puts a cross in there. Good header from Pye to get it clear. Daly gets in front of it to head it out for a throw-in here. And Stevenage wanting to get this back in to play quickly as Sweeney quickly grabs the ball. He's going to dry it off. Put in now. Reid holds it up on the corner there. Good tackle from Pye to get the ball through, but the ball's come to Roberts here on the right-hand side. Crosses it in. Conter doesn't clear it properly, and as Reid goes down there, but Gateshead managed to clear the ball as Ward tries to twist and turn his man, but good strong play there from Sweeney, and out it goes for a Gateshead throw. Ward's pressure pays off, and someone's put, who's using the normal commentary spot? It is Bibs Radio Newcastle and final score. So, but you're still here with us. That's the main thing. Thank you very much, everybody. And now we wait for Daly. Gives the throw to Conter. Conter gets the ball back to Daly. Down the line to Pye. Pye gets past his man, drives forward with it, plays it inside to Bailey. And Bailey got it to Daly, but it went at him a million miles an hour and he had to just head it forward. And now Stevenage tried to get the ball forward as Montgomery has to come out his box on the left-hand side here and clear the ball in turn up, but it's been kept in by Spennymoor. That's not Spennymoor, Stevenage even. I don't know why I said Spennymoor. Kenton Richardson plays it across to Jevon Mills and inside to Ollie. Ollie plays it out to Campbell on the right-hand side, but as I say, early there, he was early getting there. Good turn of speed to get in front of Campbell to get the ball, and now Stevenage build from the back as the captain plays it inside to Roberts. Roberts tries to play a ball out to the left-hand side. He does. It's been kept in, but Kent Richardson got there in front of him, plays it back to Montgomery, and Montgomery clears a ball to Conter. Conter got lucky because the ball fell back to him off Roberts. And now Jevon Mills can play the ball up towards Harris, who tries to win the ball, goes down. Stevenage pick up the second ball, and Wilden now can play the ball down the line. There's nobody there, but they're going to chase it down as Daly controls it, but he's under pressure from Roberts. He's going to have to twist and turn to get this up the pitch. He does. He clears it. It's going to be brought down by Ward. He's in space. He can try and drive and run now. He's got two men up for support, but he's quickly closed down by Wilden. Campbell tries to play it through back to him, but the too many purple shirts. And now Stevenage drive forward with the ball again, right-hand side. I'm getting confused from where I am, even though it's the same pitch. As Reid, the corner flag, wins a corner, comes off Ethan Pye. And, well, Stevenage, they've turned into another gear here. See, 32 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Stevenage 1. Stevenage just looking the better at the minute in possession. While we wait for this long throw, Wilden is going to take this. He's right next to the corner flag as he launches it in. It's been nodded forward towards Reid, and Montgomery can just pluck that out the air and try and get the ball moving fast. But now he rolls it out to Jevon Mills. Kenton Richardson plays a crossfield ball to Daly. Daly skips past his man, plays it inside to Bailey. Now with Pye. Pye plays it back to Montgomery. And we're seeing some good off-the-ball pressure from Stevenage. As Montgomery plays the ball up towards the left-hand side, Daly brings it down. Can he get past his man? He can. He's still going with the ball, but he's up against Wilden. Plays on the inside. Dan Ward brings it down. Gets it back across towards Daly, but he's still got the ball at his feet. Now Daly gets it. Conter looks up, sees a crossfield ball on. Jevon Mills nods the ball forward. It doesn't reach Harris, though. And now Roberts can bring the ball down just inside his own half. And a free kick given as Conter was pulling on his shirt there. And they have a free kick 5 yards inside their own half here to Stevenage. Nearly called them Stevenage Borough there. If someone there, one of the Stevenage fans that's listening, could let us know how long ago was it they dropped the Borough? Well, the man that's taken all the set pieces so far is taking another kick here. It's put through for Roberts to chase onto. He's going to get down towards the dead ball line. He keeps it in. Peels for it going out there, but from where I was, it stayed in. Back to Campbell. Campbell now is going to loft this into the box towards Rose, and it's past the box. It's in the back of the net. And, well, 2-0. I couldn't really see it from my vantage point. I think it might have been Rose that got the header into it there and went into the back of the net. Montgomery isn't happy there with the decision about the ball going out earlier on. But it's 2-0 here to Stevenage. And we'll get confirmation on the goal scorer. I do believe it might have been Rose. But Campbell was a dangerous ball into the box. In he come. And from our vantage point, I say that we've got a load of the side of the stand just covering the goal mouth. So, yeah, not the greatest. But at the moment, it is 2-0 to Stevenage. And we're back underway as Daly skips past Rose. Still going into the centre circle. He plays it to Ollie. Ollie back to Kenton Richardson. Gets to pass it all the way back to Montgomery now. He just walks out the box with the ball at his feet. Not under pressure at the moment. As he wants movement. He wants someone to aim for. Out it comes towards Dan Ward. Flicks it, to Bailey. Flicks it forward. Harris gets the ball, dances past one player, couldn't get past the next, but Conter picks it up on the halfway line, gives it to Bailey. Bailey plays a crossfield ball to Campbell, and his ball to Ward was just intercepted. And now Reid puts it out to Rose. Rose plays it into the centre, and there's someone coming in there, and Gilby gets in front of Jevon Mills. He's twisting and turning himself, lays it off to Early. Now back to Campbell. Campbell plays the ball forward for the run of Roberts. Roberts on the right-hand side of the box. He's back to goal, has to turn. Gives it back to Early. Early plays it back to Campbell. Campbell now they're camped out on the edge of the area of Stevenage as Campbell dances past one player, dances past another one, goes for his shot, and a good save by Montgomery down to his right. And Gateshead just given too much respect here. They need to push out one little bit here as the ball goes out to play for a Gateshead throw near the Gateshead dugout. Apparently, it's an own goal. Is now Ethan Pye trots forward with the ball. Campbell in the centre circle gives it back to Pye. And gets Ollie. Ollie, lovely flick. Nearly got through to Bailey, who's running on the left-hand side. Cleared by Stevenage up the pitch, though. And Reid gets over in front of the defender. Sorry, it's Roberts, not Reid. Ball put out for a throw by Daly. Well, certainly a handful up front of Stevenage. Gateshead defence having to battle to keep them under control here, but it was another throw from the right-hand side as Wilden went to do it. Now he throws it into the box. Headed clear by Greg Ollie. Brought down by Wilden and comes off Dan Ward, who was coming over to mark him, and it's out for another throw halfway inside the Gateshead half. 38 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Stevenage 2. It's the ball back to Wilden from Campbell. Cross comes in, hits off Daly, and it is a throw in here towards the corner flag. The ball boy retrieves the ball and gives it to Wilden. Wilden. As now the ball launched in, headed across by Rose, but Campbell's there to scoop it clear up towards the halfway line. Put back up by Van Kooten. Out it goes for a Gateshead throw. And it's just went a little bit scrappy since Stevenage doubled their lead. Well, the rain seems to have stopped here. And apparently they dropped the borough as soon as they got into the Football League back in 2011 as the ball nodded forward, but Van Kooten was there to mop up. Wilden now plays a crossfield ball to Early, who's in space. Campbell quickly goes across to Markham. Plays it back to Gilby. Now with the captain, Piragini. Early plays the ball out there now, and Gilby plays it inside. Gateshead just managed to get a foot on it and clear it, but only as far as the captain for Stevenage, and the ball's going to come into the box looking for the run of Wilden. Brings it down the right-hand side of the box. He's got Daly for company. Wilden twists and turns, puts a dangerous one in there, and Rose was going for an audacious overhead kick there. He thought about it and didn't do it, but then the shot coming from the far side, and Montgomery just pokes it behind for a goal, for a corner. And well, I just thought we were going to see something like a FIFA-esque overhead kick there, as Rose was lining himself up for it. But they still have another chance to get the ball in the box as Campbell on the far side puts this into the box towards the penalty spot, nodded back towards the dead ball line. Campbell sees it go out. Montgomery sees it go out. Well, what can Gateshead do to try and unpick this Stevenage defence that looks quite solid at the moment? The midfield are picking up the second balls for Stevenage. Gateshead finding it hard to break them down. They need another outlet up top. Will there be a substitution in the second half? Apologies. We'll just stick to the captain as the ball goes out for a throw on the far side. When he played for Salford, I had trouble as well. As Conter now drives forward, halfway inside the Stevenage half, right in the centre of the pitch, lays it off to Bailey. Bailey puts it out to Jevon Mills on the right-hand side. He looks to get a cross in, plays it down the line to Campbell. Campbell tries to play it back to him, but it's under hit, and Stevenage can now build again through Roberts, who puts the ball over the top. It's a foot race now as Montgomery's come out of his box, chests it down 35 yards out, and then clears it in turn up the pitch. And, well, heart and mouth moments there for Gateshead fans as brought down by Campbell, plays it out, literally plays it out. It's a throw into Gateshead, halfway inside their own half. Is it Pierre Gianni? Dyslexia and commentary goes hand in hand. Ball up towards Harris, but the captain, whose name I cannot pronounce, wins it, but Campbell picks it up in midfield now, drives forward with the ball, the edge of the box, goes for a shot, deflected back, and the keeper has to keep it in from going out for a corner and appeals for a back pass there. That would be quite harsh if that was the case. But Aaron Chapman is in no rush as he kicks the ball from his hands on the edge of the box. Rose goes up for the header, bounces behind him and out for a Gateshead throw. Bailey takes it to Pye, plays it across to Montgomery in the Gateshead goal. Kenton Richardson will have to chase that one down. Bounces off the Stevenage player, and now they're on the attack here as Reid has to drive along the box. Good recovering play though from Pye, and Gateshead struggle to get the ball halfway up their own half here as the ball's played forward, out it goes, and it's a Gateshead throw on the halfway line. They need to get the ball up the pitch and keep possession. Pierre Guillaume, there we go. That's it. Well, only took 40 minutes or 43 minutes for us to get it. Pierre Guillaume. Or Guillaume. Right, across to Daly. Daly cuts inside. Plays it forward to Harris. Harris was beaten to it by Van Kooten, who's driving forward, and Harris has to come back to defend against the defender who made a striving run there with the ball. And now, far side, Gilby dispossessed. Now it goes on the far side for a throw-in. Well, I have it in midfield, played across to Sweeney. Sweeney plays it inside to Roberts. Roberts plays it back to Van Kooten. Van Kooten. I've been called Gooten. Hey, I'm the right day, aren't I? Apologies, listeners. As the ball comes through to Dan Ward inside the Stevenage half, plays the ball through. Campbell, can he get there in front of it? And there was a push in the back there from early. And, well, it would have been harsh to see that given. I think it's just both running together. He didn't go down. But now Gilby gives it to Early. Early plays it down the line. Roberts dispossessed by Conta, but he keeps it in and gives it to Early. And now Campbell plays it inside, and Roberts plays it forward for Reid. Reid's offside. Flag goes up straight away, and it is a free kick to Gateshead. Pierre Maigiani. There we go. There's now Gateshead try and build on the right-hand side as Jevon Mills plays it straight off Early, and it's a throw-in on the far side. Just call him Pidge. As Gateshead on the throw, gets it back to Jevon Mills. Ollie tries to backheel it, but he's dispossessed. Roberts now looks for the run, plays the ball over the top for Reid to try and get to, but Pye was there. Conta plays it back to Montgomery. Ball played out to Jevon Mills, who got it to Campbell. Campbell inside to Ollie. Ollie, nice little play inside now to Bailey. There's a 1 minute added on of added time here at the end as Gateshead try and get the ball forward. One last attack as Dan Ward has the ball, has to drive inside with it, though he does get the ball back, second chance. And Conta can give it to Jevon Mills now. Can Gateshead get the ball in the box? Campbell, right-hand side of the pitch towards the corner of the Stevenage box, plays it back to Jevon Mills. Jevon Mills just plays it straight to Early, just didn't even look, and Early drives forward with the ball. His ball wasn't the greatest, and Gateshead can pick up the ball in the centre circle as now Bailey driving forward, can keep going with the ball. Can he get it out to Daly? He can. He had to do it in good fashion, wins a corner though from the cross, and can Gateshead get something back before the half-time whistle? We're into that added minute now. Well, can Gateshead get a foothold back in the game before the break as Greg Ollie places the ball down. Takes a few steps back. There's movement in the box. In it comes towards the near post as Dan Ward is coming in. And there's the half-time whistle. And it is Gateshead 0, Stevenage 2 here at half-time. Gateshead, they started the game well, but Stevenage, they just gradually got on top and scored a good goal through Roberts. They got across to the left-hand side of the box. He hit it across left-footed. It got past Montgomery. The second goal across into the box, it was a decent one from Campbell, and it judged to have come off Kenton Richardson and went in the back of the net. Our viewpoint isn't the greatest. We couldn't tell you exactly how it went in. Apologies about that. But it is half-time. We are going to play out just a snippet from the Heed On Me podcast from when we spoke to one of the fans. I can't remember which one it is. I think maybe Barnet fan that we spoke to, or Woking fan a few weeks ago. We'll play that out at half-time, and we'll come back out when the second half starts. But a massive thank you to all of you that have tuned in to join us. It's an absolute privilege that you've chose us above the BBC that is broadcasting here today. Now I've said that, you'll probably all go and listen to the BBC. But no, honestly, thank you very much. And please like and subscribe. And we will be back with you in about 10 minutes for the second half. And we'll let you know if there's any changes. Yes, always give the podcast one more share. We're joined by our guest, Paul. How are you doing, Paul?
Evening, chaps. You all right?
Yeah, fantastic. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
Oh, good. You always fear when we have a guest come on. Sometimes the link isn't the greatest, but
it's nice to see a fella Baldy come out. Look at that. Get in. You're like me. You got more hair on your chin and on your head.
They say I should turn my head upside down.
Yeah.
I've been told that a few times, to be fair, Paul.
You've been told to have your head a shake, Mickey. Paul, obviously we've got the game coming up on Saturday. How's the season started for yourselves?
Unbelievably well, as you sort of alluded to just a few moments ago. Way beyond the expectation, I think, of any Wealdstone fan, especially after seeing pre-season. It was slightly underwhelming. There was, you always get the try list, and we're never sure who the management team are going to sign on. We lost the 2 or 3 more influential players from last season, where we finished 16th. So unbelievable. 3 wins out of 4. The 3 wins that we have actually got are probably against the 3 stronger teams on paper, having lost to Eastleigh. So listen, we're not silly. We're only a sort of 1 defeat away from possibly a bad run, that sort of thing. But we'll take it. 3 out of 4 and sort of second in the league at this time is unbelievable.
It's not a bad way to start.
You haven't got your championship button up already.
No. Listen, we're very realistic. We punch above our weight. We have done for this is our 3rd season now in the National League, and we survived the first 2. Did very well last season. No, it's 9 points towards safety. I think more than 9 points towards getting in the playoffs in League Two.
Yeah, I think we're probably the same. Just want to get as many points on the board as possible.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think when you look at Wealdstone and what may hinder them going forward is the strength and depth in the squad. So if we can pick up as many points as we can whilst we're playing well, and the team are obviously doing very well, you hope you might pick up a few loan deals off the back of that, and let other players want to come and join if we're looking to sign others. So I think strength in depth is going to be probably something that will go against us. So by getting these points on the board is really going to help sort of getting into those stickier, colder, more difficult months, in and around and after Christmas.
Definitely, it's always the thing, isn't it? You don't want to get into a bad run of form when it's bad weather and travelling and horrible dark nights. It's never the greatest. But are Wealdstone full time, or are you one of the few part time outfits?
No, we have 1 full time employee at the football club, who is a chap that runs the club on a day-to-day basis on the non-footballing side.
Yeah.
The whole footballing operation is part-time. Our manager, Stuart Maynard, is actually a BT engineer, and he doesn't work on a Tuesday because he commits his time to Wealdstone on a Tuesday, and they train on traditionally as they used to in non-league on a Tuesday and Thursday. I think the strength and conditioning coach, Rachel, she looks after them on a Monday sort of via a Zoom meeting and that sort of thing. So I mean, listen, they're doing extremely well. Gone are the days where you are, as Oldham fans suggested, they're plasterers and plumbers and farmers, but
I think everyone knows about nutrition and fitness now.
Yeah.
It's in general day-to-day life, let alone athletes, and most of these players have been at bigger clubs, haven't they, or been involved at some point, so they look after themselves. And
these lads are footballers. They just happen. I think the biggest thing that we don't get as a football team, as a squad, I guess, is the contact time with the management. Not doing 4 or 5 hours a day on the training field. They're doing 4 or 5 hours a week. But they're all. I think we've probably got 2 or 3 that maybe have other jobs, but I think mainly football is their main focus. So we're lucky in that sense. And I guess us and maybe Dorking. I know you mentioned Dorking moments ago, and Maidenhead could be that they try and cherry pick the best part-time footballers that the country can offer, and we certainly got some in Jack Cook and Max Kretschmar come in and done extremely well.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. I mean, obviously we're still full-time, which I didn't expect when we got demoted, but not by our own doing, of course. But it's one of them leagues where you do notice it is harder to compete against the full-time sides, isn't it?
Oh yeah, without that. And the thing was, when we came into it 3 seasons ago, we didn't have the setup we even have now, and it's those small steps to National League safety and National League status. 3 seasons ago, I mean, we were recruiting lads from the Ryman's Premier Division, some National League South teams. Now we're able to recruit National League standard players, those lads that have experience of the league. And I think that's where the biggest difference has come in the last 3 years, is the recruitment because we've stayed in the league, because we play the type of football and brand of football we do, everything has helped come, be better.
Mm-hmm. Well, just on that, we've got a question. Paul, what are the Wellstone tactics for coming to the game? I don't know if you want to skip all that away, but do you hold the midfield, or do you press up front straight away? What kind of football do Wellstone play?
No, Wealdstone very much play a possession-based game. They play out of the back. They get caught a few times. Teams that do press, Eastleigh, I think, very much were one that put the press on, whereas these bigger sort of ex-league teams and the bigger teams tend to sort of sit off, and we can play through the lines that little bit. But we certainly do play very, very good possession-based football. We try and get on the front foot, try and load on the wings and out wide, and sometimes outgun teams. We're not particularly big. We're not particularly aggressive. And there's a lot of people sort of say the National League, you need 6 foot giant. You wait till you play Woking. They're about I think the average height is about 6'2", right? So we haven't got that. We got a few bigger lads, but we're quick, small, young, and have a desire to want to sort of get forward and play attacking football.
Well, I think it sounds exactly like with the conversation we had last week. Very similar to what the way Gateshead play, yeah. So
I think it's probably very much the same. Very much the same. I think that's how we won the National League South a few years ago. That's how Dorking have gone up. So we've got our management team in Stewie and Matt. They've stuck to their principles over the last 1.5-2 years they've been in charge. I don't think they'll ever change. The benefit of that is it's almost like a little bit like academy football. So we've had good experience with loaning academy lads who've come in, and it's done them the world of good. A few of them are playing in the EFL Cup tonight who were with us last year, because we play a good brand of football, and these non sort of lower league EFL teams want their youngsters to come and play with us. So you should see an attractive game with Wealdstone. It can sometimes be frustrating and boring because they keep the ball that little bit too much if the fans are being honest at times, but it works. On the whole, it works. And clearly 9 out of 12 points, it's showing that it's working.
Certainly is. Well, we are back here waiting for the teams to come out here for the second half. And if you are just joining us, well, this is the score line here at Gateshead. Oh, no, it isn't. That isn't the score line. This is the score line here at Gateshead International Stadium. We await the teams to come back out here. Will Gateshead make a change? They need to do something to try and be a bit more threatening up top here in the second half. Just looking down on the pitch, there's attacking options down there. Aaron Martin and Ali Yusuf are warming up with the other substitutes. I'll go through who the subs are. It's Dan Langley, Aaron Martin, Lyra Kasani, Aaron Willoughby, Adi Yusuf, and Rob Elliott. Rob Elliott isn't out there warming up. I think he's just down on the bench in name, really, because Langley is the one that is dressed in the goalkeeping gear. So we'll see. The ball boys are coming back out for the second half, so that means that we can't be too far away. It is starting to drizzle again here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's a dark, overcast day, but can Gateshead brighten it up in the second half for Gateshead fans and maybe give us some hope of some FA Cup magic here? Remember, you can still like and subscribe if you've just joined us. Also, send in your messages, and people have said it's time to practice Pierre Ali Ali Giannani. I'm just going to give up on that one. But we've got a message here from McScully. Sounds like we haven't really recovered from conceding the first goal. Big effort required to get back into this. It certainly is. And massive thank you to everyone that has sent us messages here. Just having a little look around some of the scores in the FA Cup. There isn't any big shocks really on the cards as it stands. There was one or two scorelines that did stand out as a potential one. Let's have a little look here. Where was it? I'll find it. Don't you worry. Let's have a look. It was higher up. I think that's the one there. Chippenden are beating Lincoln 1-0 at home. And that is the only really eye-catching scoreline around at the moment. Buxton are winning 1-0 home to Merthyr Town. Nearly said Merthyr Tydfil. Buxton are winning 1-0 to Needham Market. So the non-league sides games there that were guaranteed to get another team through. We have that one there. And AFC Fylde are losing 1-0 at home to Gillingham. And I know that just everyone's happy Fylde gets beat. So there you go. That is some of the notable bit of a upset there. Plymouth thought we might have went there and got a result. I'll go for the Premier League scores as well while we're on. Leeds 1, Bournemouth 2, Man City down to 10 men. They're currently 1-1 with Fulham. It's 1-1 between Nottingham Forest and Brentford, and 2-2 between 10-man Wolves and Brighton. So if you pick both teams to score in the Premier League, you're doing all right there. So let's see, we're still waiting for the teams to come out. There was only 1 minute added on. They should be out momentarily. And let's say it's still got time to get that kettle on, or maybe crack open that can or bottle of wine, whatever your beverages of choice. Sit down, relax, and hopefully we can bring you some good news from a Gateshead perspective. But if not, let's say hopefully you can enjoy the game. But, you know, the FA Cup, anything can happen. Well, please do join us on Thursday night for the Heed Army podcast. I don't think there is a midweek game this week. It was supposed to be away to Oldham on the 8th, but that game has been rearranged. So we'll, I think, because they play on Sunday in the FA Cup, and I think it was rearranged because of the turnaround for the next game for them. So Gateshead have agreed to postpone that game and move it. So we play away, and let's see, we'll get a fan on from the opposition team. So we was this week on the Stevenage podcast. Lovely lad. Seen he actually went for a jog around Gateshead National Stadium like he said he was going to in the pouring rain. And well, Stevenage are the first team back out onto the pitch, led by their captain. We'll try another one. Pierre Gianni. There, Pierre. Okay, last one. Pierre Gianni. There we go. Pierre Gianni. I've got it. So thank you to Keegan for sending that. There we go. He's got the pronunciation for us there. Look at that. Time to practice. Pierre, that's the Ali one, that one. There, this one here. Pierre Gianni. There we go. Great commentary, especially considering you're flying solo today. It's hard to keep talking for an hour, never mind 90 minutes. Is Carruthers moonlighting the Shields again? He was covering that one. I believe he has made it along here for this game, but as I said, we didn't know if the commentary would work up here because we have to do it via Wi-Fi, and obviously we're in the roof of the stand here amongst all the metal. We didn't know if it would work, but it is, and thankfully you have all been able to join us, so thank you very much once again. Get it all back out onto the pitch, as you'll be able to see there on the camera, and we will be turning the camera off. I know, apologies, people would like to see. We can't do it, obviously, for copyright and all the other malarkey that goes along with that, but hopefully our subtle tones will keep you entertained as I remove that camera there and we go back to that beautiful shot of a corner flag that I took myself. Quite proud of that one. So there we go. Gateshead going to be shooting towards the Fenland end, Stevenage towards the River Tyne, and Gateshead are going to get us back underway here in the second half, trailing by 2-0. What has this game got in store for us? It's the FA Cup. Anything can happen. This is what we live for. It comes but once a year, the FA Cup, but it just depends how far you can get in the competition. Is this the end of the road for Gateshead, or can they get a replay or even get a win out of this? Anything can happen in the next 45 minutes. As a referee now gets us underway, and Conte sprays the ball out to the far side. Headed clear, though, by Wilden. It's going to come back up towards Wilden. No, sorry, it's Sweeney. Bit of head tennis at the minute. Gets to pick it up in midfield through Ward. Plays it back to Pye. Pye plays it forward. Gets to Campbell. Gets to pick up the loose ball, though. Harris gets it out to the far side. Daly, can he get the ball into Campbell? He's on the edge of the box. Turns his man, goes for a cross. Brings it over to... Oh, and Bailey. He's just skewed that one well wide. But they keep the defender come across and did enough there to block him. And I think he's down. I think he's come off worse here, the defender. as he trots forward. It was actually Roberts that got back there to help defend that. Goal kick to Stevenage. Well, ball Gateshead at the minute. Ollie just dances past one player, lays it off to Campbell, and that's nice. Now it's with Ward on the right-hand side, plays it inside to Harris, but the ball goes through to Chapman. And someone's put, sometime we get to have the fan cam on while you commentate, and we can see people at the top, so reactions that we can at the minute because of where we are. Just the camera, we kind of get the camera to go just on the fans. We'll see we're right above everybody. So apologies on that. And if anyone's sick this week, we'll not catch it on camera. As Campbell beaten in the air by Early, as Reed battles with Pye. Pye manages to play it back to Montgomery. Montgomery now clears the ball up to the left-hand side as Ward finds himself out there. And there's a lone flag on the far side there that says Passion and Pride, Stevenage. Can't see what it says on the bottom, but Gateshead trying to build, and Campbell got a two out there to stop Adam Campbell getting away from it. Out it goes for a throw to Gateshead though on the far side. Well, Gateshead play the ball across to Montgomery. Montgomery now pings it out to the right-hand side to Jevons, who's closed down by Early, but Jevons does well to turn him, plays it down the line. Does he win a throw in for his troubles? He doesn't. It goes out of play for a Stevenage throw, just in front of the Gateshead dugout. Although Judge Joe went out a bit higher up the pitch, actually. It's right near the Stevenage dugout. But went out next to the Gateshead one, but he must have went out of play before that went up the line. Pierre Guillaume takes the throw. Did I say it right? Backheaded by Rose. Now Reed brings it down, lays it off to Roberts. Roberts now going to give it to Wild, and Gateshead just get in front of it. And can they get on the break now as Daly has the ball? Plays it down the left-hand side. Harris gets there. Cannot hold it up. Peels for a foul there, but now Campbell plays it inside to Roberts. Roberts back to Campbell. Campbell plays it inside to Gilby. Gilby takes a touch, plays it back to Campbell on the right-hand side. They move the ball so well, Stevenage. Move it fast and slick. It's now played from the back as the captain plays it up the pitch. It's going to be controlled by Stevenage. And so they're just passing it about with ease at the moment. Down the right-hand side is now they go on the hunt to get the ball in the box as Wilden puts a cross in. It bounces behind there. Neary. Oh, great save by Montgomery. Reactions as Early got his shot off there. I don't know how he managed to do it. But now, Gateshead, can they win the ball back through Campbell? No, the other Campbell wins the ball. Now Early put Early puts a cross in, and it's been picked out the air by Montgomery. And now he rolls it out to Bailey. Bailey plays it across to Daly. Ball comes up towards Harris. Harris, was he fouled in the back? He was. Van Kooten just barged into the back of him, and it's a free kick a few yards inside the Stevenage half on the far side. Well, a few players going forward. Jevon Mills is in acres of space here on the far side of his scene, but the ball's played back to Kenton Richardson, who takes a touch. Just still with the ball, his feet in the centre circle, plays it through for the run of Harris. Harris lays it off to Campbell. Campbell tries to thread the ball through for Ward, but there was Sweeney just to intercept. And now Early drives at this side, and he's going to be fouled by Ollie there. Just clattered his heels as it went up the pitch. Now free kick. It's in front of the Stevenage dugout. Well, 51 minutes played. Still Gateshead 0, Stevenage 2. FA Cup first round. As Campbell stands over this. He's the set piece taker. Puts it up towards the far side of the box. It's headed down and passed for a goal kick. Montgomery goes for a quick one there, tries to get it up towards Harris. Nearly turns his man, but the ball scoots away from him. It's played back to Chapman, who in turn puts the ball up. It's been moved up by Stevenage, but intercepted by Pye. Ball played up, looking for the run of Ward, but Wildens there just intercept. Played off a Gateshead of Harris there, and it didn't fall through. It was not Bailey, actually. And Gateshead just not able to control that second ball at the moment. But now Gilby plays a crossfield ball to Early. Early looks to have a runner, but he drives down the left-hand side, plays it across there. And that was Kenton Richardson to put it clear, but it comes back to Early. Early takes it down, and Gateshead have to work in a team there, but it comes back to the Stevenage player. Gilby plays it down the inside. There was Roberts to put it back across, headed back in, and there was Montgomery just to control that one. And it was a little bit easy for Stevenage there. They were just finding space in the box. Well, both Aaron Martin and Adi Yusuf are in a intense warm-up here down the left-hand side. Of the pitch. Warming up. Just his run turn, but he needs people in the box. He needs support. Lays it off to Jevon Mills, and the ball's going backwards. It's going backwards. Conter plays it across the midfield to Bailey. Bailey now on the edge of the box. Harris, can he get his shot off? Deflection. It's in the back of the net. Gateshead have pulled one back. And now was me criticising that the ball had moved backwards. They passed it into space. Harris, he's got the confidence that we've wanted to see from the young lad. He pulled the trigger, took a slight deflection, and it went past Chapman. But Gateshead are back in this one, 2-1. Well, Harris opens his account for Gateshead in fine style here at Gateshead International Stadium. And we have a game in our hands. It's the FA Cup. Gateshead 1, Stevenage 2. 54 minutes gone. As Gilby gets past Ollie, still going with the ball, lays it out now to Reid. Reid's on the right-hand side of the box, takes it down to the dead ball and goes for a shot, and over the bar it goes and out for a goal kick. And, well, what can happen here? We've got a lot of football to be played. And we can hear the Gateshead fans along the stand there in fine voice. As Will Harris, he's just from along the River Tyne at Hebben, and he scored a fine goal there to open his account for Gateshead. Ball played up towards Jevon Mills, wins the header, gets it through to Harris, who tries to chase it down. Ball comes out for a Gateshead throw, right-hand side of the box. As Harris gets the ball back to Ollie. Ollie takes it down to the dead ball line. Can he cross the ball in? He puts it across him. Gateshead win a corner. It's all Gateshead at the moment. Wow. The Gateshead sense blood here. Can they go for it? Gateshead fans are right in fine voice along this Tyne and Wear stand from us as Ollie places the ball down. In comes the cross. There's no, say Bailey was coming in, but Conter's going to pick up the second ball here, and there's a Stevenage player down on the penalty spot. Up he gets. It was Rose. He took a knock there. Free kick to Stevenage. Wow. Just composed myself there. Wasn't expecting that. Great stuff to see Will Harris on the score sheet. Well, now the free kick yet to be taken. As Chapman now launches the ball up towards Rose, who goes down. Referee says no. Gateshead trying to turn as Ward turns his man, gets past another one. He doesn't. Great tackle by Sweeney. And now they can try and build in midfield through Campbell, who takes it out to the right-hand side. Gives it to Roberts. Roberts has got the overlap, but he cuts in himself. Lays it back to Campbell. Campbell gives it back to Sweeney. Plays down there, finds Reid, but Gateshead managed to mop up the loose ball and get the ball forward. Campbell trying to win the ball back as Now Stevenage on the break, driving forward with the ball, edge of the box, goes for the shot straight at Montgomery. And Gateshead look to get the ball forward again. As Montgomery just content to take his time here. He wants to pick out a target. Gives it to Kenton Richardson, who puts it to Ollie, who's in like the right back position, plays the ball forward as Harris just tries to dummy the ball and let it go through, but there was nobody behind him. Gateshead win the ball though through Pye, and there's a cynical foul by Reid on Daly, and Daly upended their free kick to Gateshead inside their own half. 15 yards in, left-hand side of the pitch. It's taken a lot further back from where the incident happened, but Gateshead now building midfield through Conter. Gives it back to Pye. Pye looks up, you can see Jevons in space, but he gives it to Campbell in the middle. Campbell, first time ball through to Dan Ward. Oh, just wouldn't bounce for him, and Wilden managed to get there, but Ward wins the ball back. Great stuff as Campbell outside goes for a long shot. It's going. Oh, Chapman spills it. Second time gets to it. And Gateshead looking very dangerous here as they try and get level in the game. We needed a big performance in the second half, and so far we're getting it. There's the clearance up the pitch by Chapman. Bounces over Reid and Pye. Daly plays it across to Jevon Mills. Mills plays it back to Conter. Conter plays it across to Daly. Let's get it back to Conter. Conter gives it back to Montgomery, and at the minute Gateshead playing with a little bit of a swagger at the moment. And Gateshead subs still warm up as well, as do some Stevenage subs down towards our left-hand side. Jevon Mills wins the header, tries to get it to Campbell. Well, I don't know what happened there, but Roberts went down, but the ball goes out of play for Stevenage Fuill. So Adi Youssef and Aaron Martin make their way back to the bench. They both sit down. Don't think we'll see a change at the moment as Chapman kicks the ball and it goes straight to Daly on the halfway line. Now can Gateshead build here. Gets it to Campbell in the centre circle. Campbell, the deflected ball, nearly got through to Harris, but Van Kooten's there to mop up and play it forward. Rose holds the ball up well. Has to turn, plays it to Roberts in the centre circle. Second bite of the cherry, gets the ball. Now gets it to Early. Early plays it out on this left-hand side. As the ball's crossed in by Roberts right across there, but there's Daly to head the ball clear, only as far as Sweeney. Back to Wilden. Wilden cuts inside, lays it off. And now Campbell can give it back. There's two purple shirts out there, and Wilden and Gilby, I think it is, as the ball's played inside to Roberts. Roberts, good work from Campbell to dispossess him there. Now Conter gives the ball to Ollie in the centre of the pitch. Campbell drops deep to get it, lays it off to Jevon Mills. Jevon Mills plays it back to Kenton Richardson. Now it's played all the way to Montgomery back in the goal. Montgomery just able to stride out of the box with the ball at his feet, not challenged. 25 yards out, maybe further. Gives it to Campbell in the centre circle. Greg Ollie drives forward with the ball. He needs Jevon Mills, but he cuts inside himself. Still going, plays the ball for Dan Ward. Can he pull the ball back across here? And it goes out for a corner. Good defending there from Early. But Gateshead making those runs and making life difficult for the Stevenage defence at this moment in time. 61 minutes we're into now, just entering that. As Ollie is going to put this ball into the box. Well, we're just waiting for Greg Ollie. We'll have a substitution, double substitution. Aaron Martin and Adi Youssef are coming on here. So two strikers are coming on. It looks as though we're going to see who that is, who's coming off. Trying to see the board. The goal scorer, Will Harris. No, it's not him. Oh, it is. He is. He's leaving the pitch behind the goal. So Aaron Martin is on for Will Harris, who will be the second change. We'll let you know as soon as the board is up. So Harris has opened his account. He's got Gateshead back into the game. Can Aaron Martin open his? And can Adi Yusuf open his as well? As Dan Ward makes way. So we've put two big men on up top. Now, can they open their account and get Gateshead level? As Dan Ward makes his way around the corner flag as Ollie is about to take this corner. In it comes. It's towards the near post and it's come back to Ollie. Campbell puts it in up towards the big men. It's been headed clear. Only back as far as Campbell. Campbell is off the counter, lines up for a shot. He does. Oh, it's in the back of the net. What a shot! Conter! Oh, he struck it sweet. And they don't get any better than that. Gateshead 2-2. What a moment for the youngster on loan from Middlesbrough. Absolutely had to just adjust himself before he hit it, and he got over the top of it, and it just nestled in the back of the net. Oh, well. Whew. We hoped that would get a game like this. I'll just adjust the scoreline there. Stevenage are about to get us back underway here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's 2-2. We've got a game on our hands. We said anything can happen in the FA Cup. We looked dead and buried at half-time, but it's 2-2 now. As Gateshead win the ball in midfield. The goal scorer, Conter. Conter now plays it across to Kenton Richardson. In turn, it's going to go to Jevon Mills. Now, he looks to play the ball down the line as Adi Yusuf brings the ball down. It's quickly closed down, was landed to Roberts, so it didn't go out of play like it looked it was going to. Ball played down the line and the ball goes off Kenton Richardson behind him for a throw to Stevenage. And Danny Rose is back up on his feet. Looks like there's going to be a substitution from Stevenage. There's a bit of movement on the bench. Bit of paperwork around. Magic of the Cup, says Cow Daly. Mick Scully has put, there we go, buzzing, come on. Well, we wouldn't have got that excitement on the BBC, says Emily. Well, it's not over yet. We might not have all that excitement. Away the lads. Away, let's keep it going. But it's a throw here in a dangerous position for Stevenage's early. Launches the ball up towards the penalty spot. Hooked clear by Gateshead as Adi Yusuf has touched him with Wilden. He's going to get past him. Aaron Martin's there. Lays it down to Adi Yusuf. Gateshead on the break. Campbell on the far side for a beautiful ball through to Aaron Martin. Can he get in front of the keeper? He can. Can he finish it? Oh, great goalkeeping. Got back to cover it. It's a corner to Gateshead. Well, that was a lovely ball through. Oh, it's getting exciting. Well, Ollie comes over now to take it. Yet another corner, but there's some bigger target men to aim for now with after the introduction of Adi Yusuf and Aaron Martin. As the ball comes in. Oh, Aaron Martin was lurking there, but Campbell tries to pick up the loose ball. He does. Unfortunately, he's in the middle there. Gets the ball back and Campbell lay it off. It's across the far side and now Gateshead go for a shot. Curling shot. Oh, over the bar. Oh, well, Gateshead, that just look like they've got all the confidence in the world at the minute. Oh, 65 minutes gone. Gateshead 2, Stevenage 2, FA Cup first round. This is why we love the FA Cup. Oh, my heart's racing. I don't know about you guys. Well, Chapman takes his goal kick. Can Gateshead continue in the same vein as they pick up the ball in midfield. Conter plays it across to Mills. Mills gets it to Adi Yusuf. Adi Yusuf tries to hold the ball up. The ball's being cleared though by Stevenage right up the pitch. Kenton Richardson's there to put it back up. And theirs was Ollie fouled. Referee says yes. Free kick to Gateshead. About 15 yards inside the Stevenage half on the right-hand side of the pitch. Well, it stopped raining and started raining goals. Is there any more in this game? There's now Montgomery picks out Bailey in midfield. Bailey's got the overlap with Daly, plays it out to him on the left-hand side. Daly plays it back to Bailey. Bailey didn't see the run of Campbell, but it's with Conter in the centre. Plays it across to Jevon Mills on the right. He's got support, but he plays it inside to Aaron Martin, whose touch gets past the man. That's good stuff from Martin. Martin goes for his shot, straight at the keeper's hands, at his legs there. But that shows the confidence is growing in this Gateshead side at the moment. Well, has Steve Evans started blaming everything on the officials yet? I haven't actually seen him down there at the moment. Don't know if he's in the stand or if he's just at the far side of the bench. Too much action on the pitch to be looking at the benches as the ball goes up towards Reid. He brings the ball down. Gateshead managed to control it though and play it back inside to Conter. That's good. And now Conter plays it back to Montgomery. There is going to be a substitution shortly from Stevenage. And the ball just trickles out there, a little lapse in concentration, and the ball is thrown. And here comes the first substitution it's going to be a double change for Stevenage. And it's going to be Luke Norris is coming on. It looks like for Rose. Danny Rose is leaving for Luke Norris. And the other one is Michael Bostwick is coming on as well. And he is going to be replacing number 4. Jake Ross was three-man substitution here from Stevenage. There's Jake Reeves is coming on. So Jake Reeves is on the pitch now. And then the final substitution, Michael Bostwick, is going to be coming on as well. And he will be replacing Campbell, which I'm quite surprised at. I'm not sad to see the back of Campbell from a Gateshead perspective. He's been a man that a lot of things have come through today. But 68 minutes, Gateshead 2, Stevenage 2. And wait for the throw on the far side to Stevenage inside the Gateshead half. As Gateshead try to get the ball clear. It's been kept in by Stevenage, though, on the right-hand touchline. Played down the line. And Adi Yusuf over there making life difficult for Sweeney. Gateshead pick up the ball, though, in midfield. Campbell plays it through to Ollie. Ollie was just beaten to it by Roberts. Roberts is injured. He's took a knock, but Gateshead still on the attack. Adi Yusuf battling for the ball. Referee pulls it back. Judge Joe fouled him. But it looks like Roberts took a little catch on the ankle there. Obviously, they both went for the ball. He hobbled straight away as soon as he was caught. And, well, if he can't continue, that doesn't look good for Stevenage after making their substitutions. But he's back up onto his feet. He's walking gingerly. And we'll see if he can continue. He seems to be moving all right now. There's free kick to Stevenage, about 15 yards, 20 yards inside their own half. All their players on inside the Gateshead half there. Bar Van Kooten and the goalkeeper. Ball pumped up towards the edge of the box. Gateshead win the header to clear it. Falls to Gilby, but Campbell's there to hook it clear. But Early picks up the ball, takes down the left-hand side, and Martin's there with him for company. Martin's really showing his defensive work here, but Early gets past the two men, fortunately, comes across, and it falls to... Now comes the shot in for... great save by Montgomery on the goal line. It was a shot from Michael Bostwick. He really got a hold of that well, but the work from Early on the far on this near side Saxon, he got past the two men, and just... How he did it, I don't know, but the ball stuck to him like glue. He managed to get the cross across and cleared, and then Bostwick had that fine shot. But Gateshead in possession with Montgomery. Montgomery now plays the ball up over the top, looking for Aaron Martin. Beaten in the air by Sweeney. It's going to fall in midfield to Stevenage, and now Wilden can play the ball up towards... lovely little flick there from Norris, and Gateshead managed to clear their lines. It's out for a throw on the far side. Just had a quick drink there to wet my whistle as Campbell wins the ball and played forward to Martin, but the captain, Piergiani, plays it out of play for a throw-in on the far side. Well, big thank you to everyone that's joined us so far. Remember, like and subscribe. And it's a throw to Steve on the far side. There's been a foul throw. Well, now comes the throw down towards the corner flag. There's twisting and turning on the far side. He's under pressure from Conter. Played it back. Now the ball comes into the box. It's Gilby couldn't get the and a bit of confusion from Gateshead at the back. Now Norris gets a shot off, puts it in the back of the net, and the confusion at the back. Gateshead have paid the price, and Norris puts it into the right-hand top corner there, and Stevenage back in front. Gateshead 2, Stevenage 3. Well, they just didn't clear their lines, and it got caught under the feet, and the Stevenage pressure paid, and they've got it in the back of the net. Is there still another sting in the tail of this game? Can Gateshead take it to 3-3? 18 minutes remain here at Gateshead International Stadium. What a cup tie we've had so far. Is there more twists and turns? Conter gives it to Bailey. Bailey drives forward over the halfway line, lays it off to Daly. Daly plays it through to Bailey, gets it back. Daly has to play it inside Conter, inside the centre circle, plays it across to Jevon Mills on the right-hand side, has to control it, plays it off Gilby. Gilby turns and plays it down the line, but Kenton Richardson's there just to mop up, and he's going to turn, and now he looks to get the ball moving forward through Conter. Conter gives it back to Richardson. Well, plays a cross-field ball, looking for Daly. Daly brings it down well. He needs some support. Campbell has the ball. Plays it out now to Bailey. Bailey still in possession. Can he play the ball inside? There's a run of Martin and Adi Yusuf, but they couldn't get the ball. Sweeney does well to mop up. Now Wilden plays it up the pitch. Anywhere will do as Gateshead pick up the ball. Play it back to Richardson plays it across to Jevon Mills. Now Ollie, and that's a poor ball by Jevon Mills to Ollie, and out it goes for a throw halfway inside Stevenage's half here in front of us in the Tyne Weir stand. Wow. What is it about the FA Cup? What is it about the FA Cup? As Early puts it down the line, Jevon Mills wins the header. Campbell goes up for the header, goes up in the air, but it's going to fall to Ethan Pye, who puts it over the top. Adi Yusuf is chasing it down as the captain, Peter Gianni, was there and plays it, hooks it clear. It's still in play. Nodded forward, being brought down by Norris. Norris manages to get it to Gilby. Gilby gets it back from Robertson. A great run midfield there, as now chasing it down is Reeves. Reeves, does he keep it in? Goes out for a throw to Gateshead. Linesman took his time there with the flag movement. Sorry for the hesitation. Well, throw taken. There's a few fireworks going off in the sky towards Baker. As Gilby has it on the left-hand side. Now it's with Early. Early plays it inside. And now it's Van Kooten, but still in possession. They're passing it round as been pulled down for a free kick to Gateshead. Must have been a clash there. I was just having a look down to confirm the name and number there on the team sheet and missed that one. Apologies. Gateshead have a free kick halfway inside their own half, right in the centre. And, well, that third goal just sucked the life out of the ground at the moment. Played short to Kenton Richardson, the free kick, as he carries it forward. Now with Jevon Mills. Jevon plays it back inside to Kenton. Crossfield ball. It does well there, does Bailey, and get to put it back out to the left-hand side. Daly puts it in. It's going to fall to Campbell on the edge of the box. Ollie has the ball. He's got a couple of players in front of him. No, he just got too many players. But Kent Richards does well. Wins the ball back. Gateshead camped out on the edge of the area. Goes for a shot. Kent Richardson deflects through, and it's going to go out for a corner to Gateshead. Can they turn the screw one more time? Apparently, Luke Norris needs one more goal for his 100th career goal now. And let's hope he doesn't get it today. Greg Ollie, the captain, going to take this corner. In it comes. It's been nodded clear, though. Conter puts it back in. Well, he doesn't guide it anywhere, and out it goes for a goal kick. 77 minutes gone. The clock continues to tick down. Can Gateshead carve out another chance? We've seen what they were like when they were playing with confidence. Anything is possible. Once again, a big thank you to everyone that has joined us here this afternoon. Please like and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. The fact that there's other commentary services available from the BBC, yet you've joined us, is absolutely just, it's heartwarming. Thank you very much. As Roberts, dispossessed ball goes out for a throw to Stevenage. And apparently Bostwick played the last time we met. So he's been at the club for a number of years. As ball goes out of play again for another throw. Ollie was appealing. He thought it came off early. As that's a bit of movement. As Conter, does he win the ball? Reed does well. He's twisting and turn, manages to get it to Gilby. Gilby drives into the box, goes along, goes for a curling shot, but he doesn't get a curling at all, and that's closer to the corner flag than anything for it's a goal kick to Gateshead. Well, apparently he's been other places. He's been a bit of a flirt with other clubs, and now he's back. Bostwick, he's back at Stevenage. Came back last year. As the ball goes out to Jevon Mills, he's quickly closed down. Cuts inside with, gets it to Campbell. Campbell, oh, his ball just intercepted Van Kooten there. And Gateshead just chasing the ball a little bit at the minute. Out it goes for a throw to Gateshead, though, in front of the Stevenage dugout. And, oh, what's happening here? Something going on. There's a yellow card being shown to Gilby, I think it is. Must have been, or the bench. I think it was to Gilby. Well, interesting. As the Gateshead fans show their appreciation to Steve Evans. Well, Kenton Richardson gives it to Ollie. Ollie to Conter. Conter goes for a crossfield ball, gets it to Daly, but Reeves gets there in front of him, but the ball is picked up midfield by Gateshead as Ollie now tries to play it forward. Bailey, even tries to play it forward, but they just close down so well, Stevenage. They're trying to block Gateshead's every path at the moment, and that ball finds through to Van Kooten, and now Wilden can play it down the right-hand channel looking for Norris. Norris tries to bring it down, but it's played forward. Roberts has it on the right-hand side. Down the line to Wilden. Wilden carries it forward. Still going though. Can he get across into the box? There's nobody there. He puts it in. Well, I say nobody was there. Gilby was there, but it's been quickly distributed by Montgomery. Get to try to get the ball forward as Aaron Martin tries to bend his run. Can he hold it up? He can. He does very well. Aaron Martin drives into the centre of the ball, plays a crossfield ball looking for Campbell. Just nodded away there by Reeves. And now they're on the attack through Roberts. Roberts plays the ball forward to Norris. He's onside. Can he get a shot off with the keeper? He can, but it's over the bar. And he's really snapped at that one. He should have done better. Oh. Gateshead need to keep driving forward as they play the ball back to Montgomery. We're into the 81st minute. Montgomery gives it to Jevon Mills. Back to Kenton Richardson. Still in possession with the ball, Kenton, as he plays the ball to Campbell, who drops deep, gives it to Ollie, but early really does read it well, and Jevons wins the tackle as Roberts is down, rolling, writhing in agony. The ball was there to be won, but must have come in late, and I think he'll probably get a yellow card for this at this stage in the game. It's it's Gateshead 2, Stevenage 3, the score here. There's some confusion with somebody on the chat. Well, Roberts is up onto his feet, and a red card. Red card showing to a Stevenage player. Roberts is off. Well, there you go. There's a turn up for the books. Roberts is off here. And, well, with Stevenage down to 10 men. Well, I didn't see that coming. I don't know if there was words said on the pitch when he got up, but Gateshead, they have a man advantage here as Roberts makes his way off the running track down the tunnel. Well, Jevon Mills is getting up onto his feet, and the referee wants to have a word with him, and I think we're going to see a card here for Jevon Mills. There must have been a reaction from Roberts to get the sending off. Obviously, there was a foul on him, but the yellow card for Jevon Mills. So Gateshead now. Wow. 82 minutes. Gone. Gateshead have a man advantage, but they trail by a goal. Of course, with the FA Cup, you can make more than 3 substitutions, as I made a mistake earlier on, as Lyric Hassani is going to make his way onto the pitch for Camille Conter, the goal scorer. Oh, no, it isn't. It's for Jevon Mills. Jevon Mills, apologies. So Jevon Mills is off, and Lyric Hassani goes into the right-back position. Well, we've got at least 10 minutes left here with the substitutions and stoppages through this free kick. So 10 minutes or so to play for anything to happen. Matthew Headley's put, hi, I go to every game, but I've got COVID. Well, we hope you get better soon. But at the moment, Stevenage reduced to 10 men. Roberts seeing red. Can only think it was for dissent. Stevenage have a free kick here, about 10 yards inside their own half. They pump it out towards the right-hand side. As the ball bounces over and Reeves gets there on the right-hand touchline. Under pressure, lays it back to... Can't see the shirt number there. I think it was Bostwick. Now Gilby plays it inside. It's been brought down by Stevenage, and the box goes for a shot, and that just trickles through to James Montgomery. And can Gateshead build on this now? Man advantage. Can they make it pay? As they carry the ball forward. Plays it out to Daly on the left-hand side. Daly plays it back to Ollie. Now it's across midfield, across the defence to Kenton Richardson. Hassani gets his first touch, gives it back to Richardson. Sitting very deep off Stevenage here as the ball goes cross-field again. Wilden gets the header there just in front of it, but Gateshead with the man extra picks it up. Ball comes into the box from Ollie, cleared, and Norris having to twist and turn halfway inside his own half, but Gateshead get the ball back, gets it through. Oh, nearly comes through to Campbell, and the ball's going to be cleared up towards Montgomery, who comes out of his box and can quickly keep the ball moving and gives it to Ethan Pye. Well, now Hassani gives it back to Kent Richardson, who has to chase that one down. Well, ball across the centre circle, back to Richardson from Pye. Conter, under pressure, gives it to Kent Richardson, who just gets past his man and sitting deep still. Or Stevenage, as Daly brings it down. Can he get past one man? He cannot, as the ball has been pushed forward. Now up. Reeves chased this is one down. Kent Richardson comes over to help out, and it's been played back to what I call. So apparently, I think Flash Scores has put Gateshead have scored. I think by the looks of it, yeah, disallowed. It's disallowed. So yeah, but the score is as is on the screen here. It's Gateshead 2, Stevenage 3. We've got 5 minutes of normal time remaining here as Gateshead in possession on the halfway line. Kenton Richardson just inside his own half gives it to Owen Bailey. Stevenage sitting deep since that red card. And now, ball played out to Daly on the left-hand side. Plays it back to Ollie. Ollie plays it to Pye. Everyone inside the Stevenage half bar. Montgomery. Richardson plays it through to Aaron Martin. A little flick there on the edge of the box. There wasn't anyone to pick it up. The ball goes out to play from the clearance for a throw to Gateshead. And they'll be looking to get the ball in the box. Given to Kenton Richardson, who just controls it. Plays it across the defence to Pye, just inside his own half. Ollie drives forward with the ball, looking to keep going. Bailey gives it to Conter. Conter plays it out to Hassani, and just too much on it and out of play. Wasted play by Gateshead. And now it's a throw, and we have a... What's happening here? Referee wants Stevenage to keep moving. He stopped the watch as early as more or less power walking there. He's moving fast, but not getting there any quicker. Now he's got the ball. Stevenage bench is marching along the touchline there and right at the edge of their area. As Aaron Martin brings the ball down. Still going with the ball, Aaron Martin. Now it's played across Gateshead to Daly. Left-hand side as Gateshead tried to get bodies forward. Daly drives forward with the ball. Still going, gets it to Campbell. Campbell lays it back to Bailey. Bailey gives it to Conter. Conter looks up. He's got Ollie in space, who he finds on the right-hand side. Ollie just takes a step inside and plays it back to Pye. Gateshead camped out inside the Stevenage half at the moment. Now, as Campbell has the ball, gives it back to Bailey. Bailey sees the run of Campbell coming through. Campbell tries to bring it off. Liz tries to lay it off to Aaron Martin, but it falls back to Daly on the far side. Can he get the ball into the box? Campbell now looks to get a cross in. Instead, lays it off to Conter. Conter to Kenton Richardson. Hassani's in loads of space. Now, there's bodies in the box. Can the ball come in? It can. It's going to go right through onto the far side as Daly has to control it on the corner of the box. Left-hand side. Puts the ball in. In it goes. Ollie was Martin is at the back post. Goes out for a corner. Wow, patient build-up play. And Stevenage are sitting so deep. We're into the 89th minute. 2 minutes remain here. In comes the ball, and that's a poor one from Ollie, and he's just put it straight behind. Well, was that the last chance to get it in there? So we're in the 89th minute, halfway through that now. Well, 1,059 here to witness this FA Cup tie. You would have hoped it would have been better, but I think the local game along the road may have stole some of the interest with South Shields. Some of the floating fans in Tyneside may have just ventured along a few more stops on the metro, and that's hampered us here this afternoon. But they didn't see a result there. Might we see a result here as Conter plays it across to Daly. Daly carries it over the halfway line, plays it inside to Bailey. Bailey puts it back out to Daly on the left-hand side. Now, there's Martin makes the underlap run there. Can he control it? He can. Still going Martin, but he's running backwards. Plays it inside to Bailey. Bailey gives it to Kenton Richardson, who's under pressure from Gilby. Plays it in the middle. Aaron Martin does well. Was he fouled? No. The referee lets him play on as now Van Kooten tries to get past Hassani, and it comes off Hassani for a throw. And as I say, we've got 30 seconds of normal time remaining here. And we're going to see how many minutes is going to be added on as the assistant manager for Stevenage is going up to the fourth official there to try and find out how long's left. He didn't look too happy when he found out there's going to be 4 minutes added on here. I'll say there's about 10 seconds left of normal time. The board will go up momentarily as Stevenage put the ball out, or it comes off a Gateshead foot. It must come off Ollie. And it looks as though they will see this out here, Stevenage. But they have a throw through early. Well, they're going to try and get it down to the corner flag or Stevenage as the ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw. Can they get the ball moving quickly and up into the final third? As the ball's being launched across the defence as Pye puts it out to Daly on the left-hand side. Needs some movement in front of him. Aaron Martin shows he's under pressure, but it lays it back to Kenton Richardson. Now Richardson gets the ball, even if it was Pye. There's Ollie, gives it to Camille Conter. Stevenage sitting very deep here. 2 banks of 4. There's Now the ball comes to the middle. Campbell, can he get there? It's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. Lovely idea, just the execution wasn't just there. And we've had a message. 1 second. Watching from Cyprus. Have Gateshead played well today? The first half, not really. Second half, yes. But I'd say it's just a bit of a shame. The little mix-up at the back earlier on that led to the Stevenage goal. One last push, lads, says Mick Scully. Well, we're about a minute and a half into that added on time. Chapman in no hurry to take this goal kick, as he does now. Header 1, but it scoots back to Montgomery, who comes out the pitch. He wants his teammates to push forward. Goes for a long ball up towards Adi Yusuf. Adi Yusuf, all over his back there was Priagiani. And now Montgomery comes out to get the ball about 35 yards out. He's playing like a sweeper at the moment. Conter gives it to Kenton Richardson. As the ball played up towards Martin, but Sweeney read that well. But it's going to come to Hassani, who's chested the ball down, couldn't control it that well, but it's been kicked out of play for a throw to Gateshead here. Can they get the ball in the box? Hassani gets the ball ready to throw, gives it to Kenton Richardson. Kenton Richardson looks to play the ball into the box up towards the big men. Oh, it's going to fall to Campbell. Can he get a shot deflection? And it's going to be kept in. It has. And, well, let's say Early did really well to keep that in and clear it up, as Norris is battling with Ty, and the referee says no free kick as Gateshead try and build again. Conter on the halfway line drives forward. He's got space to run into, gets it out to Daly on the left-hand side. Can we get the ball in the box? Daly drives forward, left-hand side, still going, but Wilden does enough there, and it goes out for a throw to Stevenage. Wilden just made it difficult to get past, and the ball goes out of play from Daly on the far side. And, well, I'd hazard a guess that we don't have much long left here to try and carve something out. But what a battling performance in the second half. Gates have got themselves right back into it. And say they made everyone start to believe for a little bit, but the ball's back to Montgomery. Is the one more push? Montgomery's practically up towards the centre circle there. Lays it off to Ollie. Conter still inside the Gateshead half. Now he drives forward. One last push from the Heed. Can they do it? As Aaron Martin gets the ball, lays it off to Hassani, right-hand side. Can he get across in? In it comes. It's over the head. Aaron Martin gets a header away, but straight into the keeper. It didn't have the power, it didn't have the accuracy, and Chapman just smothers that. And, well, I'll say the ball initially went over Adi Yusuf's head, over a couple of defenders' heads, and fell to Aaron Martin after a failed clearance. Now Chapman kicks the ball out of his hands, and there is the full-time whistle. It was a brave effort in the second half, but Stevenage just had too much in the end. And Gateshead can hold their heads high against League Two high flyers Stevenage here in the FA Cup. Gateshead might be near the bottom of the National League, but for vast majorities of the second half, there didn't look much in it between the two sides. Unfortunately, the FA Cup dream comes to an end this season for Gateshead, but there's plenty to build on, and hopefully they can take some of this FA Cup magic from the second half into the remainder of the National League season and pull clear of the relegation zone. But a massive thank you to everyone that has tuned in and sent in messages. It's been a hell of an afternoon. Thank you very much. I'm honoured that you chose to join me this afternoon. And good luck to Stevenage for the rest of the season. We'll follow you in your campaign in the FA Cup and see how you get on. And say to all the travelling fans on the far side, I doubt any of them are listening, but we hope you have a nice night in Newcastle and a safe journey home if they're heading straight back. But it's, we've got a message here from Mick Scully. Disappointing, but no disgrace. Definitely not. We showed up in the second half and really gave a good account of ourselves. Fiona Brooke, thank you for the commentary. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you very much. Thank you for the messages. To say it's been an absolute pleasure to do this for you. Injuries have ravaged the side. They've got loans in. What's that? They've got more loans than Man City put out. Well, there we go. Thank you very much. I'll just put the camera on there so you can see the players leaving the pitch. there we go. Stevenage players going over to give a good round of applause to their travelling support. As Gateshead get a good round of applause themselves in front of the Tyne and Wear stand. They give a good account of themselves. It just wasn't to be, but what a beautiful goal we got from Camille Conter. And looking forward to seeing that on the highlights. But hey, we'll be back on Thursday with the Heat Army podcast live. Remember, still believe in the process. As Gateshead, we give a good advert of ourselves today, and we'll see you next time.